So it's like, you know, I lecture at universities about marketing, and what I found is that you could have the greatest message, but if they fall asleep, they didn't hear it. So what I usually do is, like, I'll just throw out, like the last lecture I gave, you know, I somehow threw in a metaphor about the missionary position, and how marketing, sometimes it's okay to go back to doing missionary, because nothing's wrong with missionary. I mean, let's be real here. Yeah. Missionary is the most versatile sexual position there is. Right. It is. So I mean, that's kind of where I went in. But what I learned from speaking, and you'll learn this, I mean, nobody wants a boring speaker. So you got to get out there. You got to.
No, it's true you say that, because I've done lecture series at my alma mater as well. Yeah. I just have to do it again, because I usually talk about operations, business management, and then not necessarily on the marketing side, but more on the operations.
Yeah.
And so I'm always about protocol. Yeah. Being a former programmer, so that always helps. They just asked me the other day, actually yesterday, and then last week, hey, you're going to come back and give a little lecture about this. I said, well, what's cool is that now I have this company.
Yeah.
And can talk more about that. And pitfalls and this and that, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Exactly.
And try to be more perspective for these kids, because I did one was it last year or before. They're all trying to become young entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And some are currently already doing it. My thing is trying to bring more validity from outside, being removed from the university for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And then bringing that back in.
Yeah.
And kind of reminding them, this is actually why you're going back to class.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
well, the problem,
fuck out of here. Like, you don't even have to stay here.
The problem with professors, the one professor I had, Dr. Donahue, he actually was in the workforce most of the week.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is people get involved in academia and they don't actually practice. Like, for example, social media, when I started Civation, we didn't have Facebook. Yeah. We didn't have YouTube. I had a Corolla that I drove around and I talked to people. I did I talked to whoever listened to me. Now, what used to, I was in a gym and I did a seminar. 10 people might tell 10 of their friends. Yeah. Now, I do it, they tweet it, next thing you know, you're hitting 1,000 people. So the proliferation of information has gotten that much greater, and marketing is evolving. There was an article in Ad Age, I think it was 2 years ago. It was by an old guy. I don't know if it was Ogilvy, but one of the average age. He's like, social media has killed marketing. The next week, they had someone our age, in their 30s, said, no, it's the evolution of marketing. That's like saying video killed the radio store.
Right.
It evolved. It had a new way. Whereas video is hitting your ears, you still got to listen to radio. So there's still a marketing mix involved.
But it's just that there's so many different variables involved, and it's ever changing. And that's why when you see trending topics, you really have to stay glued to the TV. You have to stay glued. Like, even when I walk around here at Armbrest, I see what people are wearing.
Yeah.
I see what people are, listening to. I see, as far as like the type of headphones.
Yeah.
I'm not coming out with my own. I'm just like observing like everything.
I still can't believe people are spending $400 on headphones now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
how about the knockoffs?
Not only that, but I have a pair of $400 ones, but they actually do a bunch of cool shit that have no branding on it.
Okay.
So
function over form. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I don't see the. I always ask myself, okay, so why does this person wear this thing? Is it the only thing they have, or is it? Because you can kind of tell when people are trying to look a certain way. Well, how can I dabble into that? It would be no different than utilizing another company's R&D, such as like Nike and Reebok. They did like this whole neon craze.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, people in our industry start wearing a lot of neon. I said, screw it. They're wearing this neon, that. I'm gonna make a couple neon shirts and just see what happens. Then I started saying, all right, I'm a big shoe freak. Nike, Reebok, they all do the same thing. Come up with the J's, the Lee Jordans, whatever. They always have a t-shirt to go along with it. I started making shirts just to go along with those colorways. Some of those colorways, they wouldn't offer a t-shirt with. And let's face it, they can only do so many runs of a t-shirt. And then you don't want to, the Jordans, it sucks, man, because you're going to wear the same shorts, the same shirt as one of your homies.
Exactly.
So I was like, man, how about just some Gift Athletic stuff? No one even know what the hell that is with the same colorway as that neon shirt. And they're like, oh man, they're like, oh shit. And then all I do is social media, picture of the shoe, picture of the shirt, picture of the hat, post it.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Collaborations are great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. So you just have to get creative, and you have to try to observe people. When you're so high up on that mountain as far as being CEO or this, that, and you don't have any people reporting back to you of what's going on ground level, that people are actually getting it done, you're going to fail.
He has to stay on the streets.
You have to stay on the streets.
I visit stores, I do my thing. I mean, that's the thing, you can never, like, the oak desk will kill a CEO.
Oh, for sure.
You get behind, that's why the show Undercover Boss is so, what I think's been fascinating is how many of these people are running companies have no fucking idea what was going on in their company before they went out. You know, that should be mandatory for a CEO to get out and spend some time.
They did at first, and then they had the success. They wanted to lean back in that chair, that oak desk. They wanted to take that private jet and the schmooze with other guys who really don't even know who the janitor's name was anymore, who actually was their right-hand man when they first opened up their small little ass office.
That's crazy.
You know, it's crazy that you could go from employee staff of 5 to 10 people where you knew all the kids' name, you knew the dog's name, you knew their favorite color and stuff. So now you got 100 people, 200 people, and you're doing these company parties, and then you're firing them the next day. And you forgot that, damn man, this guy got kids. Now, you don't owe anybody anything, but maybe if you would have kept those connections, you would have had better conversation like, look, guys, like, I really need a little bit more from you and this and that. Well, heck, if you're able to be there from the beginning at the ground level and stuff and have those relationships, like, hey, you know, Mark, man, you do awesome job on last quarter, man. It just wasn't right. But I'm gonna put this person with you, and they're gonna help you to help the team.
CEOs just get disconnected.
Yeah, they're gonna get disconnected, and next thing you know, like you said, they're in trouble, and boom.
Have you seen they have a Costco? The old CEO, he just stepped down, and he used to spend, I believe it was 200 days a year visiting Costco's. Just walk in, he was an unassuming old dude, just an old fat dude. Walk around, gray hair, walk in, you know, halftime unannounced, just go chill, chat with the employees, and that was what he did. And you look at Costco, they have half the stores, yet 3 times the revenue of Sam's Club. And the reason is that you're looking at a company that has a CEO that does that versus, you know,
well, they're just turning over other stuff over at Sam's, you know, whereas Costco, I mean, they have their own Kirkland brand and that.
They got Members Mark.
And they got Members Mark and stuff. I mean, I'm from Seattle and stuff, so I mean, I got to see that from Price Costco to all the different versions, and they evolved over time. And they started aligning themselves with companies that actually shared a certain high standard. And then they started white labeling products according to that high standard as well. Whereas other, I can't bash another one, but I don't see that.
It's not sexy, and they don't have that.
No.
If I buy something Kirkland, like even bath soap, like, you know what, this would be good soap.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be comparable to.
It's going to be good stuff, and they have quality stuff. And the thing is, they never will go over 15% margin.
No.
They only will charge 15%. So whether they're getting a great price, they're still going to mark it up 15 points. So they have their set company culture, and then they have the membership fees. And I mean, they've just created an empire. So that's
for sure.
And they have very low employee turnover. Because they overpay people. People average salary at Costco is what, 50, 60 G's.
I know this for a fact because there's guys from high school that growing up in Seattle
making
cash money, now traveling, getting moved to different locations. I'm thinking, you work where? And you know, in perception, you know,
Trader Joe's the same way. Trader Joe's average bag boy gets, I believe it's the equivalent of 50K for a bag boy. But their turnover, I mean, to train a new employee,
costs a lot.
It's a lot, and that's why in our
But that's everywhere though. That's I mean,
it's crazy.
And a lot of people don't realize that. It's like that's with all business. If you were to have 10 employees, you got to train them those 90 days. It costs you a ton of money. Because you know damn well your gross isn't going to be the same that month or that next month.
No.
You got to kind of like, it's like having a new coach on the ball team.
It's going to have a breaking.
You're going to have, you know, oh, we had a bad year because new coaching staff and a couple players left and this and that. So that's why with university, especially, a new coach comes in. That first year, if he or she is the coach, it doesn't count on the record, so to speak. Because I had that happen to me, and I was like, oh, so they can just play people out of position and wait for their group of guys to come in. Then it resets to 0.
Interesting. Yeah, because you're dealing with other people's recruits. There's a whole
So like in business, I mean, it takes a long time to just rewire someone's habits and stuff like that. So that's why in this industry, to rewire a customer that's been screwed over,
it's hard.
It's very, very hard to regain trust, even though you didn't do anything to them. Like when you were talking about the protein amino spiking stuff.
Oh God!
It was like,
oh, you watched that?
Of course, man. I mean, trust me. I do my due diligence on this guy. Like I do my due diligence because for me, that's what a professional does. You got to know who you're dealing with, right? Robert Greene said that, right? Know who you're dealing with. I mean, just with that alone, going into this business venture, I knew I was like, people are going to say everything. I have to prove everything wrong. Is that fair? Hell no.
No.
But I I can win them over by doing it the right way from the start.
Well, yeah.
And making them grow with me. Whether they're gonna like me, love me, hate me, at least they'll know, well, it ain't fake, that's for sure.
No.
It may not be the best, well, I think it is, but it ain't fake. Now we can say it ain't sugar water, it ain't, fart powder as they say, or whatever it is. It's not gonna mess me up. I can give it to my kid if he's trying to train for football. Football and stuff. You want to get bigger.
But it's a great opportunity to actually go on the honesty. I'd hate to say niche, but if your position is honesty and you actually deliver on that, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, there's a lot of flash, there's a lot. But again, that's marketing. That's any industry. But our industry is, the whole thing about like the amino spike and why that affected me is because I actually drank some of the before I learned about amino spiking. It was actually dimetized. They're like, dude, I'm like, really? I didn't know it was that big of a deal. And then I saw some lab tests and a couple brands you would know. Off the camera, I'll tell you who test I saw. Literally over 50% of their protein was taurine or glycine. And I saw it. And I happened to,
monohydrate, stuff like that.
And creatine is great because it adds 10 pounds of water to someone too. So you think you're getting gains from your whey. And then I looked into it and I'm like, if you were to do the cost, if you were to take your protein and you were to spike it with 50% taurine, it'd be cheaper than buying the spiked protein.
It's a
buy your own
quarter
taurine. It's horrible.
It's a quarter of the cost.
It's like $10 a kilo for taurine.
Yeah, so it's a quarter of the cost. They're making 4 times the gains in profit. And I knew this going on for a long time. Obviously you can't talk about it, but I knew about it, and I'm just thinking, this is why they're able to make this product for so cheap and then focus just on marketing.
Protein's not a high margin SKU.
No.
But the fact that companies, when you see a company offering a 2-in-1 on protein,
it's pretty rough.
It's pretty. And protein's a publicly traded commodity too.
That's what I'm saying. It could be labeled as a food within certain countries to get it in. So, you're going to have your products where they're high margin, some that are low, and this and that. But that's where, we notice we're like, this doesn't make sense, but we can do it this way, the right way, from the jump. And it kind of, I ain't gonna lie, we're kind of playing into this whole thing that happened with those other companies and saying, it wasn't us. So check us. We want you to. We want to run these tests. We're spending the money. NSF certification, GMPs, all this other
stuff. Those cost money.
Those cost money. We're doing this for a purpose, so then they can be like some guy wrote something online the other day, and I'm like, do you realize that we have all these certifications and stuff? He's like, oh, and I go, do your due diligence. We're gonna teach it. Now me, people are gonna learn to realize I love the debate stuff. I did my test since I was a child with my stepdad. He and I debate about everything. 2 old men, and I love debating. But for me, I always tried to win through the truth. Fact and truth are different. So you try to learn how to use both. And in this industry, so many people are afraid to do it because they're afraid to lose a customer and afraid to lose profit margin. Whereas for me, I'm like, I'm going to be doing this for a while. Like, I'm not really trying to scam you. And I can't, and for me personally, I can't do it being Mr. Olympia. I can't sleep at night knowing that.
I don't think you can sleep at night even if you're saying. I just don't think that's what I'm saying.
I just can't do that, man, because that's just wrong, man. Like, it's like I was just at the supermarket before I met you, and I'm talking to a gentleman. He's like, oh, what's this about? And I told him, he was like, man, that's so cool. You're doing your own thing. I knew you from DU, like, you're a smart guy. You went to good school. What made you want to do it? I said, I just wanted to offer something that was really cool. That's it. Simple. Awesome stuff. And he's like, who you line yourself for? I told him, he's like, oh man, this is top to bottom sounds a pretty fun deal. And I said, look, you're gonna have various choices, man. Eventually you're gonna try it. Give me your feedback. It's all good. I told my neighbor that he's a professional golfer. I said, look, man, just try it. If you don't like something, you can tell me. It's all good. It ain't gonna really hurt my feelings. It's gonna make me better. See, that's the difference. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, screw you, man. It's like, no. If there's something about the taste or this or that, I don't care what it is. Feedback is what's going to make us better. That's what feedback from judges. That's where certain bodybuilders keep looking the same because they don't care about the feedback from the judges. You think they don't want to tell you how to get better? They're there to kind of tell you. I mean, and sometimes, in our industry, it's pretty blatant how you can get better. But
most of us are if you're aware with yourself as a bodybuilder, I know my weaknesses. We try to bring them up, but I mean, at the end of the day, but again, like we talked about at lunch, it's an industry of very huge egos. And it's hard for someone to humble themselves to get down to that level and say, okay, here's where I need to improve.
It's just, for me, it's all about, like, okay, 3-time Michelin Olympia, trying to be full-time, right? Honestly, I got more years left in this body. Regardless of how many I win. I may or may not be remembered for how many titles now. I'm probably going to be remembered about my contribution to the industry.
Yeah.
So, I can do 10 of these damn things and still leave no real footprint on this industry. If I could be considered a pioneer, I went to the University of Denver, we are the pioneers, but it kind of just worked out that way.
That
but
worked out well.
Yeah, so if we could really start doing something smart, intelligent, and feeding people knowledge and good products, the next Mr. Olympia or the next person that wants to do this, they got a certain status that they're going to have to hit.
Which will just help the sport.
And it's going to only help the sport. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, I don't want to be average. I hate it. And being a bodybuilder, I'm not average. I want to have the best of everything. Will I? I don't know, but I'm going to damn sure try. And I don't care what people say or do. I will be, that asshole like we were talking about before. Because
this is the same shit I say on my channel.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to do it. If I'm not willing to do that, then I'm doing you a disservice.
Yeah.
Why should I even do that? I could work for it. Let's just call it spade. I can work for any supplement company in the world.
Yeah.
Make really good money too. But that's not what it's about at this point. If someone says, man, I take this stuff, man, this is freaking awesome. I'm like, want to damn near give them a hug because I'm like, I succeeded. More people are probably talking about different nutrition after I'm competing than me being Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Because this is something that helped them get their goals right. Me doing a contest, only so many people are going to be relate to that. They could be like, man, I was doing a Tough Mudder, took your supplement, took this Beyond Pump or whatever.
Yeah.
I got through the damn thing, man. Thank you. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear stuff like that. That's going to be more fulfilling in the long run because being a champion of this type with only 13 Mr. Olympias, how did I help the industry? How did I help people? At some point you got to think, not just philanthropy, but like how did I really change the game and help others get to their goals? And that's what this is about. You know what I mean? So it's a challenge. I ain't gonna front.
Well, here's the thing though. It's an inspiring thing. Like it's competing. You're educating.
Yeah.
You're dispelling bodybuilding stereotypes. Here's what you're doing. Here's the thing. People automatically see a bodybuilder, they automatically think we're part retarded, or at least 90%. It's one of those things where it's always good to be able to, even talk to Jay and talk to those guys. Hell, Ronnie graduated cum laude. He's not.
I know, it's so funny when people say he's stupid. I'm like, are you nuts?
Have you ever had a conversation with him? He's a smart dude.
Yeah, he's very, very smart dude. He knows.
If you heard about his meetings, like with his he goes off.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, but I think Ronnie is so smart. I think he kind of plays up the whole Southern thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's part of his shtick. And I think, but it's funny. It's like, Ronnie's just big. It's like you guys just don't know Ronnie.
And you're not getting to see that because he's not as extrovert. You know what I'm saying?
He's extremely introverted.
He's very introverted. But you know as well as I do, we're kind of spoiled because we get to know everybody on a personal level, and you can say, I've actually had awesome chats about life and business with this person. Yeah. They're like, that's what he talks about? It's like,
people think all we talk about is training.
I don't even talk about that.
Dude, I can only talk about bicep curls so many times.
I'm not gonna do it.
It's just, honestly, if we weren't doing I don't think we even talked about it. We were talking about, I'm more interested in the business side. I'm more interested in, philosophy. I like politics. It's like, just because you weight train at a professional level, people think that you probably are in here 6-7 hours a day. You train what, 1-2 hours?
2 hours,
some cardio,
steps and then it's the business side that I enjoy because this is the business side of what makes me interact with people. Get people excited about this. When they come into Arm Desk, they're excited.
Yeah.
When they leave, I want them to be excited too. When they go home, I want them to be excited. When they go on to YouTube and watch guys like me, I want them to be excited. And also when they're taking product, I want them to be excited.
Yeah.
That, wow, now they're living a very purpose-driven lifestyle and they're happy.
Yeah.
They're not walking around freaking mad as shit every day, bitter out of their mind. Give these guys something to be excited about. Put out these videos, comment back to them. The coolest thing someone can do is like when they hit me back on a social media post, whether they love me or not, I've read it. They're like, I'm a huge Kyrie fan or Dennis Will fan, but you know what? You're the truth, man. Respect. I'm like, oh man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. You know, that doesn't mean that he's a Phil Heath fan. That just means respect. All right, right on, man. I'm doing something cool. You know, and that's me realize the more involvement they have, the more I'm gonna have. I've said it many times. They want to see me do more videos like we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. Don't just view it.
Yeah. Let us know what you like.
Yeah. Because that's the other part. That's the only other part. I mean, because of the monetization of social media. We have to spend more money to figure out what people like. Whereas if they would just engage and tell us, we will do more. Like I pretty much promise the fans come next year, because this is pretty much over as far as the training and stuff for Olympia, that if they really want to see me, I don't even post progress pictures. I don't know the last time I have. If they show heavy engagement, you don't think I'm going to do it?
Why not?
I'm going to do it.
You don't get out of shape.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to see some 16 out pictures and then 12 week out, I'd do it. I ain't afraid of nobody or anything like that. I mean, these guys that are competing, they know what I'm looking like. They have an idea. They can go by last year's pictures. The fans, you know, they want the hype and stuff. I'll give you some hype if you engage. That's a promise.
So that's the thing, y'all got to engage.
Yeah, you got to engage. You can't just like view these videos. We need views, we need comments, we need positive, we need negative, but we need real. Yeah. We need real. Because normally, like you said, you get that trolling, bashing BS, it's just annoying. Yeah. Never rain on a person's parade. Yeah. And if you don't have something decent to say, you can say. Yeah. Constructive criticism is always good. When you did your due diligence on the topic at hand. Yeah. Just don't try to sound all philosophical like you're some freaking Rhodes Scholar and just chime in, not knowing the whole premise of the conversation. It's like if you were talking about politics or something. If I don't know that subject, I shouldn't even chime in.
I don't chime in.
I don't even chime in.
I don't chime in anymore anyway, because it just makes you're going to make 50% of people mad anyway. I quit that one.
Yeah, I just watch the TV. I just listen to radio shows. I watch the Bill Maher and all the other shit. And
you got to watch, like, they're all so slanted. You got to watch one way to the right and one way to the left.
Sure.
And then kind of figure out.
Shit and all that stuff. I listen to him and everybody else. And I read The Economist. I read, all this other stuff. I try to stay current, man, because when you're on the planes, you never know who you're going to meet. Yeah. And what's more impressive to people out there is that you're in this industry, but yet, wow, you're well versed in real stuff. Yeah. This is real too, but this is their hobby. Oh yeah. Come on, this is my life, but this is their hobby.
Getting an accolade from an actual academic or a magazine that's mainstream, for me, it's much more cool than seeing a photo shoot in a muscle magazine. For me, that's just like
that's what's up. You even said that, man, because when I was getting stuff like in Slam magazine, and I was actually interviewed by GQ, and that article didn't run.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it didn't run, man. It would have been dope too, but it got picked up by Grantland, one of the ESPN magazines. It was great. Still had a few million people look at it. I thought, as discouraging as that was, this was still cool because that's still something different. Steps.
She's like the player manual.
I know, it was, I know. Don't think that I'm not hoping that if they were to rerun it, I honestly just don't think that they were ready for it. Yeah. Because it was, William Giraldi was the one that wrote it, and he does work for the New York Times as well. He's at Boston U, and he did an awesome, he was a former bodybuilder as well. And he talked about the good, bad, and ugly, but he made sure that it was respected. Yeah. He did not allow the editor to kind of twist things around and try to make it a black guy and make fun of. Yeah. Because I told him, I said, I'll do any interview, Rolling Stone, whatever, this and that. I'll do those late night talk shows, but I'm not going to be made fun of. Because there's serious stuff in here that can help people out there. Because we help a lot of people get in shape. We do. So I'm not here to be made fun of like some of the other athletes that we've seen. It was discouraging. I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm not going to do it because I owe it to myself and I owe it to them. That no. I've turned down a lot of gigs for that stuff because I'm like, I'm not running around in my posing trunks getting laughed at and stuff. I mean, why can't I be in the business suit and talk about real stuff? Talk about other things. Other athletes can do it. It's but it's a very transparent industry. Whereas if you put A-Rod or you put a football player, you'll notice. But they look normal. They could walk down the street. Bodybuilders, you show it. I think it's more impressive though.
It definitely is.
When you can get a guy that, let's just say I was wearing a 3-piece suit and then took it off and showed the biceps and stuff. People were like, whoa, and then we could talk
like that old metrics ad.
Right.
I remember that ad. I actually sold that ad, I believe. That was a good ad.
That's a good ad. That was.
We got to find that online. It was a metrics ad with a suit.
It was
and then he had the ab. It was dope.
neat. It was creative and stuff. And trust me, we got some cooler stuff. I got my boy Joey Firestone over here. We got some really cool ideas as to how we can even maximize that to the next level.
That was one of my favorite ads that I ever ran.
It was very creative.
It was for the bar too, wasn't it? It was like, yep.
Yeah, it was for a bar and
Big 100.
It was for a Big 100
yeah,
bar.
See, look at that memory. Yeah. I'm stalking you, Phil.
Yeah. Well, you're paying attention to something that was done right.
It was in our magazine.
It was in the magazine and stuff, and that's why, taking all those previous, I worked for 2 previous companies and being able to understand order of operations, understanding what worked good and bad and ugly and stuff, and where we are at today, and now taking those things, putting it into my own is great. So, dude, we gotta go freaking train.
We should. You want to lead off? I could do the boom. If you really want the boom, but that's your call.
I'm kind of down with this, man.
You down with the boom?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Boom. Boom!
Yeah.
You want to try it?
3 weeks out, dog.
You'd be like, fuck, hold on.
I'm like, boom.
Oh, man. So we're here at Armbrust Gym in Colorado. Check it out. So we have this big stack coming up, and I figure who best to explain this stack than the man himself, the gift, Phil. Heath, Phil, what is all this? I know there's a lot of stuff. We have 2 of these at Tiger Fitness now. The rest are coming out during the Olympia. We got the Test Boost and the Accelerate.
Yep.
And the S3. Now, okay, what am I taking? So I'm going to put in order the Accelerate first,
order,
right?
You're going to do 1 scoop of the Accelerate.
Okay. Accelerate is, just for the...
It's our pre-workout.
Okay.
You're not going to get any crash or anything like that from it, which is always great. You're gonna have this along with Built. Now this.
You were telling me about this. 28 sets of back?
We did 28 sets of back yesterday. This is for the person that doesn't just bodybuild, but let's just say they're a cyclist or some type of guy that does those Tough Mudders.
Yeah.
People that cannot have that lactic acid buildup at all. This will get rid of that stuff immediately.
What's in this?
Not telling you right now. I can't do that, but you will be able to have it.
Okay,
that's for sure.
So it'll be we'll explain it.
We'll explain it for sure. Built stands for Beyond Your Limit Training. A lot of people have been asking me about, why are you coming out with all of these? Why should I be having 3 different powders within a pre-workout?
Yeah.
Well, these are standalone products. Mm-hmm. They all have their function. But together, the way that we formulated it together, now the Beyond Pump, I don't know if you're ready for this one.
I don't know.
This is our vasodilator.
Hopefully my arms grow.
This is like a crazy, it's exactly what it says. You want to get pumped, I get it. You want to have some energy, I get it from the Accelerator. Now you want to go a little step beyond that, you got to do this.
So is this non-stimulant? Or is there stimulants in there?
Well, like I said, we're going to show you this a little later.
Okay,
you're going to be.
I have no idea what's in this, but it's okay. I trust Phil Heath.
Yeah. The reason why I'm saying this is because we want to bring out as much education as possible, but right now, we don't have enough time for it. We got to go kill these weights right now, and I'm going to do the same thing you're doing.
And then I'll open these back up.
Yeah, please do. Don't hog it all to yourself.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I was going to sneak these in my bag. So, and this is the S3. This is the Test Booster. Now, what makes this so special to take pre-workout?
Well, we already know. You definitely need some type of testosterone, and what's funny is
libido, man.
Well, I got a wife, dude, so I got to,
That's why you don't have to worry about libido. You have a wife. They stop putting out after you, man.
I know, man, but she has no choice. I'm like, oh, you didn't read the fine print in the marriage license?
Actually, together, I didn't expect it to taste this good.
See?
All mixed together, this is actually refreshing and tasty.
Especially 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no, it is 10 at night. Here's the deal. Now, I got this question. I'm going to ask because we're talking about the Test Booster. It actually was asked multiple times.
Of course.
In the YouTube, because that's what people care about. And I can answer this as well, but pre-contest, do you lose your sex drive?
You can.
You can.
You very well can. I mean, just stress alone. Stress alone will kill your libido. No question about it.
Okay.
Reduction of calories, especially fats. Cardiovascular work. Just being all out tired, man. I mean, you're expending all of your energy in this gym.
Yeah.
You're sometimes 3 times a day. Cardio, morning, night, training in between. The calorie restrictions for sure can reduce that. And for me, just the pressure alone. I mean, my mind is not even thinking about.
You're going for the world's greatest bodybuilder title. It's not Mr. Manitoba. Nothing against Mr. Manitoba. Heard he looks stout, man. Seriously, but so here's the thing. Now, how long, like serious prep, like when you get, like I know you're always on point, but when, like at what week out, what level would you say?
I'm gonna do 2 scoops. I'm sorry.
Oh, how come you get 2 and I get 1?
I'm gonna do 1.5.
Okay, now that's no fair. I gotta get a half.
I'm getting.
It's not fair. You're gonna make all the gains today. I'm gonna make no gains. Everybody's gonna say how I got small arms. Well, next to you, I do. But next to Peter, I'm actually okay.
All right. We'll give you this.
It's not that I live.
I definitely need to.
Okay. Let me do it for you.
I need a Phil Heath scoop.
Yeah,
So how many weeks out do you start serious prep?
12.
12.
Well, I'd say 14. I started cleaning it up around 16.
Okay.
14, we're really starting to, okay, tune it up a little bit, just getting the consistency of eating 7-8 times.
Yeah.
And then 12. Now what I mean by eating consistently, when you travel like we do on tour, you're definitely not going to be eating 7 times a day. But your body has to get used to that. You can't just go like from eating 5 to 8.
Yeah.
So you got to gradually get into it. So it's a 3-week process for me. I allow myself that process, and then 12 weeks, boom, I'm honed in. All the meals, less condiments. As far as like the sugary stuff. Sauce. Yeah. I tell Ronnie all the time. I go, you messed up a lot of people's prep. Put the KC masterpiece on.
He should have put Sweet Baby Ray's. Imagine what he would have won if he would have put Sweet Baby Ray's.
Imagine this, and I know we're getting off the tangent. You and I get off the tangent all the time today, but it's all good.
I have ADD or something.
Me too. But what if he came out with Yeah Buddy barbecue sauce?
That would sell, at least niche-wise.
That would have been
the
most epic.
He can still do it, man. He's relevant.
He's relevant enough to get it done.
I think he'd get it done.
Could you imagine be like,
I'll invest.
What do you mean? We're gonna make it.
We're gonna be like, does he trade? I think he has Yeah Buddy trademark though in the same.
Yeah Buddy barbecue sauce. He gives you ain't nothing but a peanut butter. Ronnie, holler at me. Went to school for this stuff.
Ronnie's a finance guy. He's an accountant.
That's what I'm saying.
Between the three of us, marketing, the logistics, accounting.
This could be pretty dope, man.
This would be the greatest.
I gotta get some of that Yeah Buddy barbecue, man. I may have a restaurant, but yeah. Now we're gonna slam this.
Okay, slam it.
We're gonna slam it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I gotta admit, I didn't expect like 12 products in one to taste this good. Now, are the flavors similar of all these?
They're a little different.
They're all a little different. This is a cherry limeade. The build is cherry limeade.
One day we'll
is
try
like, yeah, it's just different.
The name we give is like Citrus Punch Blast.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lemon lime, but orange too.
All right.
And I actually feel like when you're drinking it, you're outside the summer. Like
It's kind of like,
it's different.
it's almost like an orangey tang.
Yeah. So when people think of like a fruit punch originally, they're thinking like Kool-Aid red. It's like not all fruit punch is a fruit. Like, never mind.
It's a unique fruit.
Yeah, it's unique.
It does remind. It's almost like Tang. I'm telling you. That's what that was like the ghetto Kool-Aid. It was the only thing cheaper than Kool-Aid at the store. Tang.
Who made up the damn
Tang sandwich, married with children?
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking like they just sitting back, knocking beers down. It's probably smoking pot for all I know.
It's Colorado.
And they're just like, Tang. It's coming out with some freaking Tang.
And then it became Poontang.
Poonie Tang. Poonie Tang.
Tang has come a long way. Yeah, that's good. I can't.
That was better than the Hawaiian Punch. Oh no, Hawaiian Punch still good.
Hawaiian Punch is still good.
Hawaiian Punch is still good.
That is good.
Just the commercial alone.
I'm gonna have a Hawaiian Punch. They haven't played that commercial in years. Do they still play it?
Man, they need to bring that back. Jello pudding pops.
See, we're from like the same.
Cosby used to be so creepy.
See, how old are you guys? Because we're about the same mid-30s.
I'm saying that.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Like, I was talking to someone, and I'm like, I made a reference. You got knocked the fuck out from Friday.
Hey,
She'd never seen
Mikey,
Friday.
Mikey, Can you grab another water for this gentleman, please?
Who has never seen Friday?
Oh, I got one for you with that. So I'm with my nephew. I'll put him on blast. It's like 23. And we were talking about Friday. I was like, man, I remember that theater, me and my homies and stuff. And
Yeah.
everybody pretty much caught a contact high because it was just the thing that was going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, Smokey running around with the hydraulics in the background
Yeah.
after the whole chicken coop thing. And he goes, Unc. I go, what? I gotta shake your hand, sir. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I never met someone that actually physically watched it in the movie theater.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn, that's...
You felt old, didn't you?
Hell yeah. I was like, man, shut up. Man, I was like, man.
That was like the anthem of our generation, Friday. It like transcended all boundaries. And then people started shooting in the theater. I remember that.
You know what's bad is that, yeah, you talk about copycat crime. That wasn't even on social media then.
No.
But yet everybody did the same stupid thing.
It was in Detroit. Inglewood had it. We had
someone got shot in the parking lot. I'm trying to think that same. Oh man, that was in Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh man,
You don't think about that shit in Seattle. Like where I grew up, you're like, okay, yeah, somebody's getting shot in Inglewood, you know, but no one's getting shot in Seattle. I guess so.
Shot in Seattle.
Yeah, there's bad areas everywhere.
Now what we're gonna do is, you're gonna take this funnel. You're gonna drink some of that water first.
Cool.
And then you're gonna put 1 scoop of Accelerate
During training.
Okay.
Okay.
Reason being, we want to keep that moving.
Okay.
Just enough. The energy you're gonna feel is not a jittery feeling. Not at all. Like we have caffeine and stuff, but it's white caffeine, much different than the anhydrous stuff.
Yep.
I mean, we don't need people feeling.
So 1 scoop.
Yeah, just one. That's just one. No, that sounds just pretty whack.
Yeah, that if you're gonna bump, I got a Ford Fusion. I know my limits. It's a sense it gets 32 miles to the gallon though.
Hey man, you Mark's my new best friend.
It's a
man.
sense
This guy
of
is clowning. This guy is clowning all the time.
You think he's clowning?
He's clowning, man.
Oh, I didn't get started yet.
Yeah,
We're
No.
just now getting comfortable.
Yeah, wait
You're
for
gonna
it.
Notice like you feel like focused. It's like
That's the biggest
That's good.
thing. You need the focus. And that was the thing about our brand is that the athletes that we even have try it right now in various sports, they need focus. They need a pump. But not everybody needs like the beyond pump.
Yeah.
Within whether it be boxing or MMA or
Yeah.
something like that. We already understand the whole VO2 level thing and this and that, but they may need the build because they need to have, the ability to get rid of bad pH.
Yeah.
And restore that. And so then when they're, fighting, they don't have like that acidic, feeling where they get that pump, but it's not really the pump, you know what I'm saying? And
So
lactic acid buildup.
this isn't like one of those pre-workouts that's supposed to make you where your head's flying off.
No.
I've taken those. You can't do it on leg day. I will get dizzy, and I almost fell one time. It was like
you don't get the jittery feel. You don't get that stomach feel.
I don't need that.
overstimulation. See, the thing is stimulation. There's a thin line between overstimulation. Your adrenals, literally, they're either stimulated or they crash. There comes a level where you just crash. Also, another thing about it, they don't just stimulate your nervous system. They stimulate every system, your bowel systems. That's why people have the pre-workout dumps. Or as when they put too much magnesium in it. I love Rich Gaspari, but super dump was the biggest thing. People are like, why is he doing it? Well, they put super dump. You mix magnesium and caffeine. You got milk and magnesia and a stimulant that relaxes your bowels. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
You're going to poop. So my goal with leg training is 1, not to get dizzy and fall, and 2, not to crap on myself.
Two great goals.
It's actually a pretty smart goal.
I don't really care about gains. I'm just trying not to poop on myself.
Well, come on. My libido stimulant that will be ready by the time I get home.
But
Honey,
but
I'm asleep now. So?
your body
Your ass up.
your body can't absorb
Give me 30
all
seconds.
that caffeine.
Give me 30 seconds.
30.
It's 30 seconds.
I only need 27.
Well, I gotta actually get comfortable.
Get comfortable.
Get comfortable. Throw on some Drake and The Weeknd.
You got like the first part, like the intro to the song. I'm done.
Yeah.
Before the words start.
Yeah.
It's like he hasn't even
It's like all
said
the
a
cool
line.
shit. Yeah. It's like all the
They're just like,
Yeah. The beat dropped and I'm like, man, I'm done, man.
The
How
voice
you
box
doing?
ain't even on at that point,
How are
man.
you doing?
they're still doing their shout outs.
Oh God. If you can get it done before the shout outs, you're more of a man than I
That's
am.
pretty bad.
Nah, he's married though. He don't care about her. He's like, she's alright.
Yeah, this is me being a comedian now. So, oh, you get yours? Joke's on you. You should have been ready when I came home. You knew when I was coming home.
You got something in the drawer for that, you know?
Yeah, you should have fixed that up before. What do they say? Like the old cats, they be like, man, I ain't got to impress you. The hell I'm trying to impress you for? Get my high blood pressure going and shit. Back messed up. Start tightening up. Everybody get the ab cramp and all this other stuff. Nah, man, I'm cool.
See, but when you have kids, you only have like a 20-second window before someone starts crying or comes knocking on the door. I can't sleep. The hell out of my room, man.
Can't lock the door either.
Oh, no.
They'll pick that.
Oh, dude, my kids are resourceful with
That's
that
what I'm
shit.
saying. They'll use your own credit card to open up the door.
Kids are little criminals, man.
They'll be like, man, how do you understand how to YouTube, Dad? Google. What? You found out how to get in my damn room with what?
You can find anything on YouTube.
Yeah, you end up scarring your kid for life doing that, man.
Dude, YouTube. That was there was this dude who did a video on me, and it was like why I suck. And it was just a bunch of lies, like I never went to college, I did all this, I did all that. And I didn't even think twice, you know, I'm all about hating. I'm like, this is cool, man. Had like 13,000 views, not a big deal, you know? And the only reason I had the views because my name was in it. And so my daughter, she was like 4 at the time, and she pulled it up on the iPad.
Oh, no.
And it was just going off about this. Oh, this guy's on like 15 IUs a GH an hour, all this crazy shit. My daughter doesn't know what it means. She's like, Daddy, look at this. I almost broke the iPad. That's when I called my attorney.
Yeah.
But when she saw it, so kids, you gotta be careful with that damn iPad because you type in YouTube, like my daughter was a cheerleader for a little bit until we realized she was built like a linebacker. And so we're like, you gotta play soccer or something. But I remember she'd look up like cheerleader. You ever put cheerleader on YouTube?
They got some bad shit on there.
Yeah.
Twerk City.
I mean, you can literally find out.
Ratchet City, man.
Ratchets.
Ratchet City's coming up under that. All kind of world star mess.
You can find out how to build friggin' anything on
Oh yeah.
YouTube.
Well, we don't need to go there because we're not trying to have Secret Service or anything jumping down off the rooftop trying to talk
They're
about
watching
that.
us.
It's crazy. You need to like program something. It's on YouTube. There's step
Dude.
by step. You need to.
It's YouTube.
Can't find contest prep on there though.
No.
Really? I'm sure there's something on there.
How to get in shape for a show? Type that shit in YouTube.
Oh, do you find everything though? Mostly from people who are fat.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody, the thing is, all the experts on YouTube, the guys who are considered experts, are probably never lifted in their life. They're like 15.
Man, what's funny is that these guys are really lucky. I don't have enough time on my hands because being an old IT dude, all that firewall crap, I can find that. Find your IP, put your ass on blast, take that little camera that's sitting on your damn webcam. We'll trick that out too. We'll find out who the hell you are. You don't think
You are the supreme anti-troll.
You know what's funny is that I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, this guy's running now so hard. I'm like, I'm sure I could go to the university, hit up a couple buddies that we see run some algorithms with,
Yeah.
and find out who this guy is.
Easily.
And then what? They make fun of him. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. 'Cause
So
then
it would feel good though.
It feels good just depending on if the guy threatened the family. I mean, that's the only reason why I would do it.
The thing is, like, I have a daughter. She's
what I mean.
8.
Yeah,
Someone
so
wrote
people-
something. I swear to God, I was about to go and
Yeah,
find
I
it.
told the dude, I said, told one guy one time online, I said, look, you just gotta keep it cool, man. Like you're trying to get people to melt down over stuff. The only thing that is gonna get a rise is the family stuff. Everything else I can care less. Like I'll actually try, if it's something funny, I go on some websites, man, and see an image of myself doing something stupid. I start laughing. I think the shit is funny. You actually took time to Photoshop this and that. Well, you just running your mouth. You say something about someone's mom, family and stuff. It's like
That's when it crosses the line.
it's like, damn, homie, like for real, like you
Yeah.
really.
The kids. Once you have kids, that's
Nah,
when
you can't go there, man. I go off on someone talking trash about my damn dog, man. But with that
you
said,
got a cute dog.
you gotta go train. See, now, you guys at home, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'll be trying to troll my guy right here. Don't be trying to say I set him up either, because he's got this size and I got this one. The reason behind this is because I'm training for a show. I need to be hydrated. Being in Colorado, it's a little bit about 5,600 feet up above sea level here, and me being I'm a little bit over 260 right now. I got to make sure I'm hydrated. Trainer Honey Rambo's been on my ass, so I know you guys be watching every little thing. Be like, oh, Phil. They be like, exactly. They be like, Phil gave him the small one. He got the big one, trying to one up on him.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even see.
Then you didn't feel the love. You'd be like, man, I came all the way out here. Phil tried to give me just one scoop, and he got 1.5 scoop.
Gave me this little junior cup.
Junior cup, little
Outside portion.
Give me a little freaking Happy Meal and
Give me a
shit.
sippy one.
All right, just gonna go over to the kitty table. You're done.